Good afternoon, everyone, and I would like to welcome everyone to the November meeting of the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Commission. And we'll start off. I want to call on Dr. Gloria Bonner.
Thank you so much. Before we proceed with our prayer and pledge today, I would like to recognize the service of one of our commissioners here, Mr. Leroy Calvin Cunningham III. Commissioner Cunningham was present with us on September 3rd at our previous meeting, and he passed away suddenly on September 23rd. He was an active member of the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Commission and served faithfully until his death. Leroy considered his role as an honor and privilege to this community. As an avid sports fan and golfer, Leroy's service will be cherished and remembered for his professionalism, his attention to details, particularly when it was time to go over the budget. But he will also be remembered for his quiet yet steady presence among us. So to my fellow commissioners and to the community at large, may his memory bring a warm smile, heartfelt smile to each of us, and also a comfort to his 3 remaining sisters and other family members, as well as loved ones, regarding the lives that he touched while here in Murfreesboro. He was a transplant from Minnesota. He also served as adjunct faculty with the College of Business at MTSU and was such an avid reader. He had a profound love for autobiographical books, loved American history, and I particularly enjoyed our conversations after each of the commission meetings because he always had a book to share with me. So could you please join me on behalf of Murfreesboro Parks and Rec Commission for a moment of silence in honor and recognition of his service. Thank you. Please join me now in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, how excellent is your name in all the earth. Thank you, God, for how you shepherd us in our daily lives. As we prepare to celebrate Veterans Day, we ask special blessings for our dear Mr. Bill Allen, a remarkable D-Day survivor and veteran of World War II. We also ask special blessings for all military veterans and active members, as well as their families, for their service, their sacrifice, and their courage on behalf of this great nation. May Christ be exalted in all that we think, say, and do. In your Son's name, amen. Please join me now for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dr. Bonner.
You're welcome.
Well done. So, do we have anyone here today that is wanting to make any public comments? I don't think we had anybody sign up, but just checking. So don't see anyone, so we'll proceed with new business. And we're gonna have an introduction of Murfreesboro Park and Recreation employees. Are these new employees or?
Yeah, I believe so, Mr. Chairman. We had that list. Mitzi, who was going to do that one?
Well, I didn't know if they were going to reintroduce Mary Beth, and then Mark Owens has one.
Mark, do you have some? Okay, let's do this. I know we were going to do that at the Canonsburg and introduce Mary Beth, but we'll go ahead and do that now.
Okay.
Rachel will introduce our new operations facility coordinator at Canonsburg Village, and she'll be back up in a little bit. Mary Beth will to
Okay,
bring
great.
to you something to consider, and then Mark Owens has somebody to introduce as well.
All right, well, I am pleased to announce that we had a promotion in-house, and it's Mary Beth Nevels. Would you like to come up? I'm so excited for her. So about a year ago, I introduced her for the assistant facility coordinator, and now I'm standing in front of you to introduce her as the facility coordinator for Canonsburg Village. So you guys might remember that Mary Beth, she put in 17 years of service at Oakland's Mansion. She's got a degree from history at MTSU. She was a teacher. She was in HR. She just brings a wealth of skills to this job, and I'm really excited. The passion and creativity that she has brought to Canonsburg. She was about 4 years, I think, was a part-time employee there at Canonsburg, brought in a whole bunch of new programming. And then this last year has served as the assistant coordinator and has just done a tremendous job. And so now on to facility coordinator, and she's not slowing down. So I'm excited to introduce you in her new role and be on the lookout on all the great things that are happening at Canonsburg. So thank you, Mary Beth.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations, Mary Beth. We look forward to hearing from you in a few minutes. We know there's a lot going on at Canonsburg during the holidays for sure. All right, sir. Mr. Mark?
Good evening, Commission. I'd like to thank Rachel for making me follow behind that introduction, so I'm not sure I'm going to do any better than that. Like her, we have an in-house promotion, Caroline Martin. A little bit about Caroline. She started what all part-timers start, with the dream of becoming full-time. And she showed patience and dedication. She started out at Starplex back in 2014, 2015. Then she worked her way up to Patterson in the game room, then the front desk, then assistant coordinator over there. And 2019, I stole her. She willingly left Patterson on her own to come to St. Clair. And since 2019, Caroline's been with us as a part-time activities coordinator, and she's done an amazing job. I can proudly say that, once again, St. Clair is the #1 senior center in the state, and it's because of her hard work, Kathy Harris' hard work, and just my entire staff. So I'm proud to introduce Caroline as a full-time employee.
I am very grateful to have this position. And while I have your attention, I would like to invite you to our one of our signature events at St. Clair, which is called Merry Mocktails, which is going to be on December the 15th. Oh, sorry, wrong date. December the 5th. Okay. December the 5th. It's on a Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. We'll be featuring our St. Clair artists. It's like an art gallery. We also will, our St. Clair Strummers will be performing around about between 1 and 1:45. And then we have our harmonicas for health will also be performing, and the Thornton family will be performing also. So come by and see our singers' paintings that will be hanging in our center, and have a merry good time.
Mr. Chairman, if I could jump in just for a second and ask us to change the agenda around just for a little bit so everybody can keep track. But we just completed item number 1, and if you would allow us to bump up item number 3, 7, and 8 before we go into item 2, that might be beneficial for today's meeting. So for all of our team listening, we just finished 1. We're going to do item 3, 7, and 8 before we get back into and then go on for the regular order, if that's okay with you, Mr. Chairman.
Sounds like a plan.
Thank you.
Okay, so our next item, Dr. Jenkins.
Good afternoon, Commission. I am honored to introduce Dr. Haiwan San from Middle Tennessee State University's Department of Health and Human Performance. But first, I just want to thank you, Commission, for your continued support of Patterson Park Community Center, specifically with helping us with our ribbon cutting for our new playground and splash pad. It was an amazing day. Thank you so much for your support. So, you know, we've been busy with improving our outdoor campus as well as enhancing our programs with youth development, with our after-school program, and with our very active 55 and older fitness groups. The success of our initiatives is a contribution or collaboration with MTSU and Dr. San. Dr. Haiwan San is an assistant professor in the Department of Health and Human Performance at Middle Tennessee State University. She earned her PhD from the University of Illinois. Her research focuses on exploring positive developmental experiences across the lifespan through participation in recreation and sports programs. She examines how such programs foster youth development during after-school hours and how engagement in sport and recreational activities supports healthy aging among older populations. Dr. San also volunteers and collaborates with community-based organizations that use recreation and sport as tools for personal and social growth, particularly among vulnerable populations. Her work contributes to a deeper understanding of individuals' profiles of risk and protective factors, developmental patterns of positive and negative behaviors, and the social contextual influences that shape well-being from youth through later years in adulthood. So at this time, Dr. San will present to you. Thank you.
Hello, thank you, Commission, for having me, and thank you, Dr. General, and everyone here. It's a great honor to be here and present the collaboration and the friendship between the Patterson Park Community Center and the MTSU Leisure and Sports Management Program. So I will be walking through with you all, you know, like what we have accomplished so far and what we are moving forward, what we are heading next. So since 2022 in spring, so Patterson, everyone at Patterson and I, we work side by side to serve community. And we do this through two collaborative research projects. One is for teaching collaboration and the other is research collaboration. So as for the teaching collaboration, students who are registered for the program planning in leisure and sport tourism, they work directly with the Patterson Park Community Center, and they create a program for youth and then implement and evaluate throughout the semester right at the Patterson. And for this, we use experiential learning theory. So Patterson and I, we sit down and develop the course together to help students build in-depth knowledge about the program planning. So using the theory, the cycle of concrete experience, reflection, and active, we provide the student opportunity to use the knowledge they get from the classroom and apply in the real world setting. So as you can see, it's an ongoing back and forth between the MTSU classroom and the Patterson Community Center. So at MTSU classroom, students learn the foundation of program planning and the youth development theory. So specifically for the youth, for their course, we use a social and emotional learning theory, so students can create activity that's specifically targeting each aspect that work toward social emotional learning. So every decision they make throughout the program planning process, it's grounded in evidence and theory-based knowledge. So this is the sample of a weekly program planning that students have to submit to the Patterson whenever they bring up the new activity. So at Patterson, they also gain the concrete experience through the staff training and through the lecture that's by the Janelle. She talks about the philosophy of the Patterson, the mission and value, so students can come up with a program that aligns well with the vision and value that of the Patterson. And also, we introduced the staff and youth participants during the first day, having a kind of orientation, so they learn about the culture, and then they are, learn about the professionalism that we expect from them. So this is now we get to the action. So, this is the actual program implementation section. This activity was specifically targeting improving relationship skills. But we are not just, having a good time. It's just play a game with the children. And every action and reaction, there is an intention behind it, and that's reinforcing the important skill. So if you see this.
That you have to do this. There you go. What else? Talking. What's another thing that you have to communicate? When you communicate, what do you have to do? Listen.
So every after activity, the session, the student to deliver debriefing session, again, reinforcing the important skill they learned throughout the activity. And reflection. This session is really important because this is the moment when they experience into the deeper learning. So through the reflection activity, the individual and as a group, we have a reflection activity every after session, and also they create a formative evaluation and conduct the evaluation. So at the end of the semester, they present their findings and provide recommendation to the Patterson, and the feedback and the comment from the presentation and the result they get from the evaluation, they use it to revise and refine their activity for future program. Okay. And so our friendship, our collaboration partners doesn't stay within the center or classroom, and we extend the knowledge beyond the center and classroom. So we've been collecting data since day one. So it's been 3 years now. So we've been collecting data to see how our collaboration contribute student to professional preparation and how they contribute to their civic engagement and social contribution. And with the preliminary finding, Janelle Jenkins, Dr. Janelle, she presented our finding at the TRPA last year in fall, and we are collaborating again to present our longitudinal data at the National Research Recreation and Park Association, and the conference. So this is it for the teaching collaboration, and I will pass it to the Jed, who flew from England to be on the research together. Yes, so I will take you to then.
This is Jed from Birmingham Business School, England, and my research interest in public engagement and consumer adoption. So fortunately, I was able to join in this research project as a member. And it was glad to hear the teaching collaboration with the Peterson, and now I'm excited to introduce our research project happens in the Peterson. And the question is, I'd like to introduce the research about healthy aging, but why these healthy aging issues and matters at this point? Because when you look at the chart, the population over age 65 is going up, increasing very rapidly, which means that in Tennessee, as well as across the country, which means that we need to consider this trend, and we need to provide a new solution for healthy aging. But the good news is they are ready for it, because when you look at the chart, the people and adults over 50 are spending more money on technology every single year, which means that they are willing to adopt a new product which might increase their lives. So this research project uses technology, particularly virtual reality or VR, and focusing on benefits such as for body, for mind, and last but not least, emotional well-being. And this is not just our idea and our just opinion, because many previous studies support this research project. And their common finding is the possible effect of virtual reality on the older adults, particularly the health of older adults. So, thanks to funding support from MTSU, we was able to work with Peterson using this VR technology and exercise. So with our doctoral student from MTSU, we started this project for 2 months, and we successfully recruit 35 local residents for this research project, and we provide a personal guide to each participant while mirroring this VR exercise. So at the same time, we had interview, and we find it's just an ongoing process and a preliminary finding, but we find some themes such as a joyful movement, the mind-body connection, and boosting mood and confidence. So at this point, we finish the data collection and now analyzing the data for meaningful findings. The success of this research project leads to our next step for future, such as with the high quality data, we can improve our research and program. And second, the quality key finding help us apply for the larger external grant from organizations such as National Institute of Health. This means that our aim to make our program stronger and more efficient, improving healthier aging for more people in our local community. So thank you for listening. This is the end of our presentation, and particularly thank you to our partner Peterson and our participant. Because of their without their help, this project cannot be done. So I really appreciate every environment and every people around Tennessee, particularly here, and Murfreesboro. Thank you.
We would like to thank y'all for this collaboration and partnership, and I was not aware that this was going on at Patterson. It's a really cool thing. So, especially for us over 50, right, Dr. Bonner? You know? So, you know, so
That means I'm eligible for the program in a few years. Right?
me too.
Well, I would like to commend you, Professor Sun, and your colleagues for the outstanding executive abstract that you have shared with us. I am really very impressed by the conceptual framework that you have used as the research model for this program. And it just makes me excited to know that the two institutions, Patterson as well as MTSU, are working together to enhance the research, which increases your conference presentation possibilities globally. But I'm just thrilled and would like to know if we, as a Parks and Rec Commission, could draft up a letter to Dean Pete Grandjean on behalf of the research for your files for your tenure and promotion activities. And I hope I have spoken like a real dean.
Is that a motion?
Dr. Bonner, we would be glad to get with Dr. Jenkins about that and see what we can do.
All right, great.
Sounds good.
Thanks to our Dr. Jenkins as well as Professor Sun for the tremendous job that you are doing, particularly for the physical, the cognitive, and the emotional well-being that you're adding to the research. And the participants. You've got great participants.
Well done, everyone. Next item on the agenda, Mary Beth is going to come back up and tell us what's going on at Cannonsburg. I know you guys are busy.
Yes, we are, a little bit. So in August, and I brought notes because I have dates, but in August, we brought you our plans for Christmas at Cannonsburg. But I wanted an opportunity to update you and refresh your memory in hopes that you and everyone else will come and visit us. So Christmas at Cannonsburg this year will look a little different. We have, of course, our regular free admission during our regular business hours, Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 3. And during that free regular admission during the day, visitors can see the entire village like they usually do and go inside the buildings, which will be decorated for the holidays this year. We are adding some special extended hours on Fridays and Saturdays, December 5th and 6th, 12th and 13th, and 19th and 20th from 4 until 8. And this is a unique opportunity this year. Instead of driving through the village, our visitors will be walking through the village. There is a fee of $5 per person. Ages 5 and under are free. And we will have special events going on each of the nights. It'll vary night by night. We have Santa for a couple of nights. We're working with some of the local elementary schools to have some of their school choirs perform, along with some other live music and festive activities that will take place those 6 evenings. And of course, everybody enjoys the lights at the drive-through. So we do hope to have some of the larger lighted displays that are not in the village out on the Greenway side of the parking lot. And those would be available to anybody once they're up and lit to go through and see. They can go through the Greenway parking lot from Broad Street to visit that. Do you have any questions about Christmas? it's a lot, I know.
Always a bunch going on there.
So,
Thank
All
you
right,
so
thank you.
much, Mary Beth, and congratulations on your promotion. Okay, next on the agenda, we're gonna hear from Caitlin May about our Natural Resource Division.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm back again today to tell you a little bit about what Natural Resource has been up to this year. I know last time I was here, I talked a little bit about our youth program, and everyone was a little sad I didn't talk about birds, so I have some stuff about birds this time. I know you were worried, so don't you worry. So I'll talk a little bit today about some of our bird survey data from this year, as well as an update about our volunteer efforts from this year as well. So our contract ornithologist, Susan, just surveyed one site this year, so that was Nickajack Trace and Black Fox Wetlands. This is a property on the south side of Murfreesboro, near, off of Red Mile Road, so kind of southeastern Murfreesboro. It contains a natural spring and a wetlands, as well as hardwood forest, so it kind of gives us a lot of different variety in terms of type of habitat that we have there, so we might see a lot of different types of birds. And in fact, we did see quite a big number of birds here. So our ornithologist saw 75 different species in this area and over 1,000 individual birds. So that's a lot for one place, one property. Two particular species of note are chimney swifts. So this is a species of bird that their populations are declining throughout their range, not just here in Tennessee, mostly due to the way that they nest. So chimney swifts used to nest in kind of your standard chimneys, and they perch on in a particular way. So you can kind of see that in this picture on the top here. They perch on with their legs like this, and they can't really do that in our modern chimneys. So that's one of the reasons that they think their populations might be declining. We saw 2 of these chimney swifts at this property on June 19th of this year. And then another one that was just kind of interesting was our Nashville warbler. So despite its name, this is a bird that is only found in Tennessee during its migration season, so when it's moving from north to south or vice versa. We were fortunate enough to spot 2 of these in April of this year, which was pretty exciting because we're only really getting them during that transition period. So those are some interesting finds that we had for this year's surveys. And then I also wanted to just give you a brief update about some of our volunteer information, starting at the beginning of 2025 through now. So as of right now, we have 956 volunteers registered in Volunteer Local. So that's our online volunteer management system. So these are 956 people who just this year alone have created accounts in there and told us that they wanted to get more information about our opportunities. So that's really exciting. We also had 1,126 volunteer shifts filled. So those are all different shifts that someone signed up for, they showed up, they participated, they came, and they helped us. So that's really exciting. We had a total, as of right now, of 2,697 volunteer hours, as well as over 10,000 pounds of trash that was cleaned up from our parks and greenways. That was across 58 different trash cleanups, and I'll show you a little bit more of the details on that in just a second here. So we kind of look at all of our volunteer projects in different categories. One of our biggest ones you'll see in our list here is that litter pickup and invasive removal category. So that covers 430 different volunteer shifts and almost 1,000 of those hours that I mentioned. So 908 hours just on litter pickup and invasive removal alone. You'll also see that one of our other big opportunities is our nest box monitoring. So I know Kristen may have talked to you about this in the past, but we have volunteers that go throughout the nesting season from the spring and into the summer, looking at different bird nests in our nest boxes throughout the park. So that's kind of our second biggest opportunity at the moment, but we do have volunteers in all of these different areas, and we're hoping to expand these more as we look into the future. But you can kind of see a little bit of a breakdown of each of those number of volunteer shifts filled, as well as the number of hours in each category. Come on. So with our litter pickup hours in particular, since that is kind of where most of our hours are coming from, it's important to note that a lot of those are coming from our work with groups in the community. So whether that's corporate groups, school groups, scout groups, anything else, we've worked a lot with those groups, and they kind of help us do a majority of that litter cleanup. So some of our groups from this year have included Amazon, Assyrian, Discovery Center, Dechara Orthodontics. You can see a big long list here. This is just a sample of some of the ones that we've had this year. But we are super excited that we've been able to work with so many different businesses and schools and scout groups in the community and kind of get to know them, and they get to know us a little more as well. So that is all that I have for you today, but if you have any questions or anything, I'm happy to hear them or talk about them afterwards. So.
Thanks for the chimney swift information. I want to say that I've got 2 masonry chimneys and I haven't capped either one of them, and we get good populations every year. They just left.
Great, love to hear that.
That's pretty cool. Any other questions for Caitlin? Great report, Caitlin. Yeah, we're always interested in hearing about our birds and our facilities for them, and we're so lucky to have all of that. And then it's also a cool thing with the outside groups from the community that are joining in, and that's a great list, and I know it's going to be more and more of those folks. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, our next item, we will go back to, why don't we call on Eddie Sanders? And Mr. Sanders, you tell us about our new Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. indoor pickleball tournament.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the Murfreesboro Park and Rec Commission. On behalf of the Patterson Park Community Center, I want to express my appreciation for allowing me to speak to you today. As you well know, pickleball has become one of the fastest growing sports in the country. Presently at Patterson Park Community Center, we're able to accommodate 6 indoor pickleball courts. And we have open indoor pickleball 4 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then we have beginner pickleball on Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. We have just recently implemented a couple of years ago on in the month of November, December, when it starts getting cool outside, evening pickleball from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Tuesday evening. So we have that going on right now. In fact, it started on last night, and we'll be doing that for the next couple of months in November and December. We would continue to do that, however, in January and February, but we have City League basketball. So we offer that in November and December. We have data from the middle of May 2025 to the present day that shows an average of 45 to 55 participants for indoor pickleball on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. With that said, we're requesting the commission to allow the Patterson Park Community Center to implement in 2026 the inaugural MLK Jr. Indoor Pickleball Tournament. The Murfreesboro community and surrounding area can come together at one venue to play, to compete, to fellowship, and most importantly, have fun. And one of the dreams of Dr. Martin Luther King is that all people from various backgrounds, ethnicities, and cultures be able to play together. The inaugural MLK Jr. Indoor Pickleball Tournament will provide the opportunity for community engagement through an inclusive program with a purpose to utilize the power of sport and recreation as a unifier of people. And the date for this tournament we're proposing is January 16th through January the 18th, which is a Friday, Saturday, and we'll use Sunday if necessary. And these dates are leading into the MLK Jr. holiday. The staff will utilize a pool play tournament format with 3 divisions. Within those 3 divisions, we'll have female doubles, male doubles, and mixed doubles. And within that, we'll have beginners, intermediate, and advanced. We'll have trophies for first and second place qualifiers, as well as t-shirts for everyone that participates. Our team and staff will work to make sure that the tournament runs smoothly and efficiently. We propose a registration fee of $40 per team, and it is recommended that the Murfreesboro Park and Recreation Commission approve Patterson Park Community Center, the inaugural MLK Jr. Indoor Pickleball Tournament, along with its proposed registration fee of $40 per team. Do you have any questions?
How many teams you think you might have, or what's the max amount of teams you can have? Because I imagine it's going to fill up in a hurry.
It is, and we're hoping to have as many teams as possible. We're going to have 6 courts, and that's why we're extending the day through Sunday if necessary. We're going to start on Friday evening, go all day Saturday, and we'll go from 1 to 5 on Sunday if necessary. So we hope we have as many teams as possible to accommodate this tournament.
I bet you do. Cool. Any other questions for Mr. Sanders?
I'm excited.
Make a motion, we approve.
I've got a motion to approve.
Second.
And a motion to second. All in favor, Mitzi, if you'll take roll for us.
Dr. Bonner,
Aye.
Mr. Miller,
Aye.
Mr. Shacklet. Aye. Mr. Seiler,
Aye.
Mr. Wright.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sanders. Fast Eddie. I like that name. Okay, I have marked up my agenda something terrible. So, Brittany, Garrett, are you ready?
Good evening, guys. As you've probably driven down Old Fort and you've seen the revamped of the baseball field, it is our first turf baseball field we have. Today I'm going to bring to you a new field rental policy and the fee associated with the field. The field rental policy due to the high demand we are already receiving to rent that field. We have changed some stuff. The biggest thing is no one can come and rent this field out 5 days a week or 7 days a week. So the max number a team can rent out this field would be 4 times a month, and only 2 dates at a time. So if you call our athletics office, you're trying to rent Monday through Friday at 6 p.m., no team can do that. So it's a max of 2 times in 1 week and a max of 4 times per calendar month. Also, too, within that policy, you cannot rent the prime time 6 p.m. slot every time. You do have to mix that up. And also with that will come a $120 per hour fee, rental fee. This is consistent with what we already have in our park system and what we see across this area with a big senior field like this one is. We're excited for this to be our first turf field, and it is getting a lot of talk. I think next week, off the cusp, next Thursday, we are going to do a ribbon cutting time TBA. So we will start renting this out next Thursday. Any questions?
Is there a higher fee if the person renting is not a city resident?
No, it's just a flat $20 fee.
Councilman, that one is something we evaluated our team. Typically with these field rentals, it's impossible because you can say anybody on the team is a city resident. And so it's really what the market does for that. But I will say we've looked at all of our areas where we could give city resident discounts, and I think we're maximizing that every chance we get.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Brittany? I know we're proud to have this turf
Yes.
field out there.
And if you
so-
haven't been by, please drive by. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Do you have a time for the ribbon cutting?
We're still working that out, Councilman. We have an idea. We're going to get it out as soon as possible. There were some questions about the date that would have substantial completion. And we're trying to think of how we want to do it, but we're hoping next Thursday. We realize that's just a week away, but we're going to get it out as soon as possible. There is a council workshop next Thursday, so the mindset is might be able to do it right before that council workshop. But we'll let you know for sure.
Tournament scheduling, are there going to be tournaments on this field?
Yeah, we're looking, again, most of our inquiry has been practices and teams and stuff, so we will have it available for tournaments on the weekends.
Typically, through the winter is mostly practices, and then what we traditionally see as they move into spring and move into their own competitive season, those rentals become more tournament rentals. So they'll apply with the same tournament rental policy that we have for the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And of course, we'll schedule our adult league there as well.
Make it a different rate for tournaments as opposed to?
It will still be the hourly rate. The rate for that field will be consistent throughout, 120 an hour. And that does include, we have a batting cage there. So, for a team to be able to come in an hour and have cages, it's very affordable for a team to practice.
Okay, do I have a motion that we accept this new policy and fees?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Mitzi, if you'll call roll.
Dr. Bonner?
Aye.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Mr. Shacklet?
Aye.
Mr. Seiler?
Aye.
Mr. Wright?
Aye.
And the motion is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany. Okay, next on the list, we'll have Mr. Bart Fight. It's BOGO time. Before Bart gets started, I want to say something about Bart. Uh-oh. Oh, this is all good. This is, I don't know any bad Bart stuff. I've known Bart, all my life, and we are so lucky to have him as part of our program, and the work that he's done there. And how many years have you been with Murfreesboro Parks and Rec, Bart? Without telling too much on yourself.
Well, I don't go in the younger category, but I've been here, right now around 47 years with the city.
Oh, my.
Isn't that awesome? And I can, so lucky to have you. And, when I was, you're a little bit older than I am, but not much, but you were old enough that when I was a little boy, that, I could look up to you, and I looked up to Bart and some of Bart's friends, and Mr. Shacklet was probably Councilman Shacklet was probably the same way. We looked up to Bart and them, and they were working in the recreation programs, and they were our heroes.
We're the same age. Yes.
And
Yes.
still are our heroes.
I always admired Bart. Bart is a member of our high school class, and we're very fortunate to have him committed to not only our Parks and Rec, but to our whole community. He's been a real asset to our community.
Mhm. Every time I see Bart, he thanks me. I saw him yesterday. He thanks me for the work on this commission, and we should be thanking you. So I said, that's what I'm gonna do today. So, thank you.
Well, thank you.
And I
Thank you very
know
much.
a football player that said he was always a fierce student athlete.
Ham and eggs.
Yeah.
Okay, on with the BOGO.
All right. Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, I'm here today asking for approval on our annual BOGO, or the buy one, get one free pass that we offered every year. We have offered this pass now, we're going on our 18th year, offering it to the citizens of Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. We will start this sale, hopefully, with your recommendation, in December, and also ending in November. I'll give you the dates in just a second. Also included with the purchase of a monthly or yearly pass, there will be guest passes that we will give out to people that come in and purchase a pass that they can give to their friends or relatives or whoever they'd like to try to get more participation from the public coming in to check out all the things that we have to offer at SportsCom and also at Patterson Park Community Center. If the person buys 1 year and gets 1 year free, he's free to give that to one of his friends or one of his family members or whatever. And we do have vouchers that we will give. We always separate them, the blue being SportsCom and the red voucher being at Patterson Park. We feel like this is one of the best things that the Recreation Department does throughout the years, offering this offer, and they're always stacked up, ready to buy the first day. We are going to start this offer on Monday, December 15th, 2025, and end on Sunday, January the 18th, 2026. And I also like to mention that our senior age for the discounts is 60 years young. So with that said, I'm seeking your approval for this.
Any questions for Bart?
I move we approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Mitzi, if you'll call roll.
Dr. Bonner?
Aye.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Mr. Shacklet?
Aye.
Mr. Seiler?
Aye.
Mr. Wright?
Aye.
Motion passes. Bart, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Wish
Eddie.
you good luck with this.
Thank you, Eddie. I was thinking before I came up here, I couldn't leave without saying something that happened at SportsCom a couple of weeks ago. We had, and I'm sorry, Nate, I didn't mention it too, but we had a customer that was walking the track upstairs, and as he was coming around the track, he was resting on an exercise machine, and he fell out to the floor. And so immediately, we had Allison Davidson, our wellness fitness coordinator, happened to be up there. And she rushed over to him and said, and checked on him, and he was laying on the floor, and he was almost unconscious. With that said, for the training we've had, we went right to the main office downstairs, the main desk, in Bernice Field, called 911, and they were there, within seconds. Of course, we're right there next to the fire station. But before they got there, Allison went up to the man. He was on the floor, and she said he was not breathing. She immediately called for the AED, got it up there, hooked him up, and started the shock. But when it came up on the AED, it says, "Do not shock, do not shock." And that alerted her not to do anything right then. And so she started compressions on his chest, which she is our teacher for all over the city, for all our department. And, as you know, if you can practice all day long, but when it's the real deal, there's nerves involved, you've got to be calm. But she was doing compressions on him, and finally she said he started breathing. And by that time, the ambulance service and responders got there and came up and started checking him out. And Michael Rankins, one of our other assistants there at Sportscom, had cut his shirt off. In fact, we met with this family yesterday and how thankful they were. And, how do you put a price on saving somebody's life? So, and I told this fellow, I said, "Well, I tell you what, I know Michael cut your shirt off. When you see him, you asked him where'd my shirt go? I know my shirt back." So, but anyway, it turned out, it was tremendous work from our staff. I want to recognize Allison Davidson. She does all the training across, for us. So, you never know when it's going to happen. And I know Mr. Shacklet and I lost, 5 or 6 of our classmates this past year. So it makes you start thinking about it, but she does an excellent job on teaching the AED training across the city and to our department. I just want to recognize her.
Well, hats off to Allison and your staff and you for doing the training and making sure they're all well trained. So there's no price tag you can put on that. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, we're going to finish items 9 and 10 with a couple of update items. I would recommend going back up to number 2.
Yep,
Covering the
let's do it.
minutes.
All right.
It's the last voting item.
So number 2 item is to review the minutes from our last meeting. And once you do that, I'll entertain a motion and a second to approve those. Must have been busy last meeting, huh? See, Mr. Cunningham was vocal.
If there's no corrections, I move for approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Mitzi, if you'll take roll.
Dr. Bonner,
Aye.
Mr. Miller,
Aye.
Mr. Shacklet, Mr. Seiler,
Aye.
Mr. Wright.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you so much. Okay, next item, Nate, you want to give us a financial report?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is just a 2-month financial report. Everything looks in order. Seems like we're performing very well this year. Look forward to that continuing to progress throughout the remainder of the fiscal year, but nothing of concern so far, and we'll keep working to make our budget and meet expectations.
Any questions for Nate on the financial report?
In honor of Mr. Cunningham, I think somebody's got to throw one question at me, so.
Yeah, really. That's exactly what
I will say, Mr. Cunningham was always in tune with, we had multiple discussions, and we're very grateful for him, what he contributed to this group, and personally, his perspective always helped us out financially We would talk throughout the course of the year about some of our fiscal policies, and just from a staff perspective, he'll be missed.
Yeah, certainly will. Okay, Lynn Caldwell, you're gonna tell
Good
us about everything
afternoon.
going on, huh?
Yes, we've had a lot going on. We've covered a lot today, but I did want to go over a couple of the things that we have coming up. And that is a photo there of our ribbon cutting at Patterson Park Community Center with the new playground and splash pad. And that was an incredible day and so fun to see everybody out there and enjoying it. Some of the things that we have coming up, we've got the Wizard of Oz that our Cultural Arts Department is putting on. That's November 20th through the 23rd. That's going to be an incredible program. You can get your tickets online now. Of course, we have the Christmas Parade, and that will be Sunday, December 14th at 2 p.m. We're really excited and looking forward to that. And then Christmas at Patterson Park, that's another big event that we have where they decorate the trees and we have Santa and different activities and things. That is December 19th and 20th. And then Mary Beth talked a little bit about the Charming Christmas at Cannonsburg. We're really excited about that. That will be, of course, open every day during December during their normal hours, and then Friday and Saturday, the first 3 weekends. And then the last thing that we wanted to do was take a minute to recognize, and Nate's going to help me with this, we had one of our employees win the Wayne Hansard Award recently at the TRPA conference, and he was also awarded the CPRP certification. And this, the Wayne Hansford Award was for the excellence in maintenance, and that is Jacob Mansfield.
So Jacob, come on up here. Jacob officially, but we like to call him Jeffy. He joined our team several years ago and it just does a tremendous job. He won this award, which is a prestigious award, and it's well-deserved. We were there to see him receive his award that night, and that was an honor. But another big thing he did is this year he completed his CPRP, which is a Certified Parks and Recreation Professional. And to put in perspective, he is the only CPRP we have on our entire staff right now. Thomas was a former CPRP, but now he's a CPRE, which is a step up. So just to get the put into perspective, the hard work that goes into that, the dedication, it's tremendous, and he does that type of dedication on a day-to-day throughout his job. So we just wanted to honor him and recognize his hard work, not just day-to-day, but these 2 prestigious awards he's just received.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, Jacob. I mean, that's a lot of hard work and great on that certification and your award. So thank you for everything you do for us. So, unless I skip something, do we have any other business? How did the Not So Haunted hayride go? Everything, I don't know if I said that right, but how was that?
You did.
Was that
Good
you,
job.
Rachel?
We were happy to bring it back this year, and I think the community was really happy. We got great feedback. We sold over 800 tickets. And I see that growing next year as more people find out that it's back. And then the whole Barfield Bash was a great success. Record numbers this year, lines, but a good time by all.
Right. We had good weather too, didn't
Great
we?
weather,
Great
both
weather
nights.
for it. Yeah, that's
Right.
awesome. I
Yep.
thought about it, yeah, great. Okay, any other business or any other questions? If not, it's been a great meeting. We'll stand adjourned.